So Kaguya gets sealed this chapter. When I was talking about it last week, and I was talking about most likely Kaguya would get sealed and it'd be the end, I kind of was half joking. I mean, I thought it was going to happen and I didn't. I did not expect it to happen this week. With this chapter, what it really goes to show you, and shows everybody that's been reading Naruto, is that this manga is going to end very soon. This concretes it in stone. It does. This is the final arc. It has been, told by Kishimoto a while back. And this is the final villain. I mean, it's hard to believe that, Kaguya got sealed this early. I mean, let's think about this, okay? Let's look at Kaguya's achievements. Let's look back at what she has done in this little time she's actually been in this manga. Kaguya as a villain has a lot of power. At a power standpoint, she's a lot more powerful than Madara ever was. She was stronger than Naruto and Sasuke, and they had to combine their powers to be able to defeat her with Sakura and Kakashi. And so, Kaguya was a very strong villain in power standpoint. Let's talk about personality. Kaguya, honestly, was a one-dimensional character that really did not have any personality I cared about. She wasn't a complex villain. She wasn't. Madara was a lot better when it came to a complex mind and villain standpoint. Even Obito was. Let's just be honest here. I know there's a lot of haters to Obito, and I dislike him myself, but he was a lot better when it comes in terms of complexity than Kaguya ever was. So that's one thing right there. Now, the achievements Kaguya achieved in this little time frame she was killing off Obito. Obito technically should have died to begin with, so it's not a big achievement for, Kaguya killing Obito to begin with. So, there was no major character deaths from Kaguya. Madara, at the very least, managed to kill a couple characters, and Obito managed to kill a couple characters. So, technically, Kaguya did not have any death count. Let's throw that out there right now. So, personally, what type of impact did Kaguya have on the manga besides a power standpoint and being stronger than Madara? Personally, in my own opinion, nothing. It's sad and disappointing because Kaguya's character had a lot more room to develop. A lot more room to have something really interesting happen that could have surpassed Madara and Obito and different characters in pain alike. But sadly, Kishimoto did not do that. He did not deliver with Kaguya's personality. The main speech and voice of Kaguya the entire time she has been in this manga is Black Zetsu. That's the only thing. And Black Zetsu as a character, I'm just gonna be honest, No. Okay? I like how Naruto slung him up into the freaking Shibaku Tensei, just slings him right up there, and he just gets stuck there. And I love the rape face Naruto puts on. It was really badass. But personally, Kaguya, as a villain, she did not achieve much. She was short-lived in the manga. And personally, it would have been a lot better if Madara would have been the main focus of events. Kaguya at first, introduction, was really entertaining. I loved her powers to manipulate dimensions and stuff, but nothing was ever explained. There's one thing that, kind of irks me a little bit about, Kaguya's introduction. Personally, I saw a lot of theories and different achievements talking about it, and different people talking about it too, that in each different dimension of Kaguya, there was a castle in the background, and it was always drawn in each dimension, but why was there a castle drawn? And there's a bunch of other questions that were brought up by Kaguya herself that was never explained. For instance, she was wanting to build an army. She was wanting to build an army of White Zets. For what? She's the strongest person in the entire series. Why would she need to build an army? Multiple reasons. Why would she need to make another dimension like last chapter? See, there's a bunch of things here that are left unanswered, like Hamura. I think that's his name, the Sage of Six Paths brother, Hagoromo's brother. I think it's Hamura, if I'm correct. Pretty much, what was the point of him being written into the story? I mean, all we saw from him was that he sealed Kaguya with Hagoromo. That's it. That's all we saw of him. And what type of importance does he have besides that? I mean, whatever happened to him? Who was the father of Kaguya? I mean, there's so much that is left unanswered. And there's so much that went down in this chapter, truthfully. A lot went down in this chapter. I mean, you had the Tel Beast splitting up. You had, Kaguya being sealed. You had Black Zetch is being handled up into the Chibaku Tensei. You had, let's see, Hagoromo saying you saved the world. He summons the Kages. I mean, you got different things going down here. I mean, it's so crazy. Like Madara, he comes back and falls onto the ground. And so that is the big element right there that is left in this chapter of Naruto, where it can go any direction. Madara, technically, before Kaguya was introduced, he was the final villain. He was the final villain. Maybe Kishimoto quickly finished off Kaguya, finished her completely, to get back to the character that, truthfully, majority of the fan base probably liked a lot better, Madara. And maybe that's the reason why he brought Madara back, because Madara most likely could turn evil, get back up, kick some ass, and then the fight continues. I mean, that could easily happen. So, I don't know. I don't know exactly what is going to happen, truthfully, because I'm not the writer. I'm not Kishimoto. But, personally, my thoughts on Kaguya being defeated, it's anticlimactic. I could see how some, fellow readers of this series will probably be happy that it happened. I'm happy it happened, truthfully. I mean, that means it's getting quicker and quicker to the ending, and, we're finally going to get that final conclusion to the Naruto series. But, it's just, for a final villain, it didn't feel right. It personally didn't in my eyes. For a final villain, it just did not feel right for the way she went down. I mean, she got sealed. She's technically not dead. She didn't get finished off, technically. And so, yeah, I mean, we don't really know. So tell me your thoughts about this chapter, everybody. I mean, how do you feel about it? Are you on the fence with your emotions? I mean, are you for Kaguya being sealed? Are you fine with that? Or do you think it's anticlimactic? Do you feel like the reason why Kishimoto did this in the first place was to get back to Madara, the character, the one villain that had a lot of build-up and development that a lot of people technically cared about? Let me know in the comments below. I love all of you so much. You have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.